Hello, everyone. Welcome to another class in my YouTube channel. I'm Chia. So today we're going to be working with a slow power flow. Bring a strap with you or something similar. Bring two blocks, and I think that's it. We're going to be moving pretty slowly. So yeah, that's think about rhythm and think about counting. You can actually work with 1, 2, 3, 4, kind of like that rhythm as you transition through the poses. But I'll tell you more as we move through the practice. So go ahead and come to your back. Bring your feet to touch and open up your knees. And you're gonna find a moment to integrate, breathe, maybe connect to a home base right here. Noticing the breath. Use your two hands to bring your knees to touch. Drive your knees into your abdomen and draw circles to the left with your two knees. So tiny, tiny circles to massage your lower back, and then switch to the right side. All right, we'll do left leg forward, right leg straight up. And here, keep your palms framing your hips, ground your shoulders onto the mat, and put energy right here. So drive your right heel all the way down to the floor, create tension and some resistance. Bend the knee, point the toes, drive your right knee in, extend the right leg all the way up, flex your right toes. Again, heel all the way down to the floor. Put resistance so that you can engage core and hamstring. Bend your knee, point the toes, drive your knee into your chest. One more time, straight up, flex your toes, drive your heel down, bend the knee, point the toes, squeeze in. Right leg straight up, flex your right toes, flex your left toes, shoulders up, and just hold here for a few moments. So pull the pit of your belly in and down towards your mat and just hold here for a few moments. Your left heel could lift all the way up, or you can totally keep your foot down onto the floor. Either way, you're engaged in your core. So really think of pressing low back onto mat, thigh bone into your abdomen. It's like if you had a towel right here, you're really trying to activate and squeeze into the towel. We're here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release all the way. Get your strap and put it around the right foot. Whoops. And yeah, grab your strap with your two hands. Flex the right toes into your body. And then be gentle with the hamstring. Remember that you can always bend the left knee and put your left foot on the floor. Now, probably your hamstring feels more engaged and active. You don't have to bypass your limits right here. We're creating good tension, but definitely not a ton of stress, like bad stress in the muscle. Try to keep your left hip grounded. Drive your right foot out to the right. So play with the range of motion. Your foot doesn't have to touch the floor. Press your shoulders onto the mat. Rotate your your right pinky toe towards the floor. All right, come back to center. This movement right here, pretty gentle. Move your right foot slightly up to your left. Align your foot with your shoulder and grab your strap with your left hand. So you're creating some tension in your IT band and your TFL muscle, so the kind of like the outer edge of your leg. Keep flexing your toes into your hip and keep your right hip planted onto the mat. All right, go ahead and release your strap for a moment. Bend the right knee, turn your knee out, put your foot across your thigh bone, recline, figure forward on your back. Soften your left foot. With your exhalation, drive your knees into abdomen and just find your breath right here. And close your eyes, notice. Keep the shape with your legs. Rock and roll back and forward a few times until you find your figure forward Navasana. Really drive the crown overhead straight up. And then from here, put your left foot down, drop your left knee down, take the right leg back, and we're gonna come into a single leg butterfly pose. So right here, you're doing right foot out, right leg extended, left foot inside of the right leg, and then see if you can reach towards the right toes, and take your left arm up and over. We're stretching here for a few moments. Creating that grounding sensation with your entire body. Okay, slowly reverse your actions. So turn towards the front of your mat. And then come to your back. Supta Konasana. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Open up the knees. Maybe you'll feel some difference between the right and the left side of your body. Use your two hands to bring your knees to touch. And then extend the legs all the way forward. Left leg straight up. Flex the toes. And then again, put energy. So frame your hips. Palms will face the floor. Drive your left heel down towards the floor, like all the way down. Put some resistance. Bend the knee. Point the toes. Drive your left knee into abdomen. Extend the leg straight up to the ceiling. Flex the toes. 2 more times. Lower your leg down to floor. Resist. Point the toes. Bend knee. Drive knee in. Leg up. Flex toes. Extend leg towards floor. Point the toes. Knee in. 1 more time. Straight up. Flex toes. All the way down. Point. Bend. And then extend. Flex toes. Flex left toes. Right toes. Shoulders up. Create core engagement and hold here for a few moments. Round lower back, hip bones onto mat, and really bring energy onto core and center line. Release the shoulders. Get the strap. Put it around the foot. flex toes. And yeah, nice tension for your left hamstring right here. We'll take it to the side. Grab your strap with your left hand. Bring your left foot and your left leg out to your left side. Rotate your pinky toe slightly towards the floor. Try to keep your right hip grounded onto floor. So that's a good indicator of kind of like forgetting about the integrity of the hip. That instead of just focusing on taking the foot towards the floor, think of grounding your hip down. And then back to center. We'll do foot towards the right side. Align your foot with the shoulder. Flex your toes. Be mindful of the pinky toe. And create good tension on your TFL and your IT band right here. Keep your left hip grounded onto floor. Okay, release strap, recline, half pigeon. Soften your right foot. Drive your knees into abdomen. Maybe add some rocks from side to side. Then we'll rock and roll a few times. Find your figure forward, Navasana. Create activation, some elongation, and then we'll do right foot down, right knee down, sway your left leg behind you, rotate your chest to the wide angle of your mat, the wide edge of your mat, extend the left leg out to your left, right foot inside of leg, left hand to foot, right arm up, overhead and towards foot. So we're extending, breathing into side body, creating a nice stretch before we actually start to cultivate strength and move with a lot of intention. So slow power flow today. Right, come all the way up. And this time it doesn't have to be pretty. Just face the front of your mat. And then right here, cross your ankles. Step your knees and your feet back. Tuck toes, hips up and back. Downward facing. Notice how you feel after that steady and pretty strong integration. Sometimes the body needs that good tension to find this grounding sensation, and then therefore a different access to your strength, because the tissues are more ready now. Anatomically and functionally speaking, the tissues are more ready. Your circulation and space, and hopefully you're feeling balanced as well. Walk your hands back. Make your way into a ragdoll pose. Right to left, left to right. Drop neck. Yeah, so grounding sensation here. Connect feet to floor. Drop head. Walk hands all the way forward. Walk feet all the way forward. Halfway up, in breath. Bow forward, out breath. Reach all the way up. Extend the mountain. Extend, reach, breathe. Bend the knees. Slowly bow all the way forward. Halfway in breath. Step back into your plank pose. We're going to be holding this plank. If you need to drop the knees, drop the knees. Stack shoulders over wrist. Soften the elbows. Rotate your triceps towards your abdomen to create more engagement into your side body and upper body. Deep breathing as you set your eyes and just trust your muscles, your connection to the floor, and your mental strength. So a lot of focusing on your inner dialogue today. One more in breath. Your hips up and back. Downward facing. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Bend your knees. Go to the top of your mat. Halfway. Bow forward. We're going to come into a baby variation that will pretty much be a small representation of a pose that we're going to be taking a lot. But don't worry about going full into the variation. So feet hip width distance apart. Bend the knees as much as you can, as much as it feels good for your body. Drive your tailbone back. Bring your hands to the back of your neck. Keep your right foot planted. Keep a bend in your right knee. Left leg slightly back. So this is a baby variation of your warrior 3. Notice that I'm not lifting my heel all the way up yet. There will be opportunities for us to do that. So you really focus on your balance. Press the four corners of your right foot into the floor. Drive your elbows and your arm bones straight up to the ceiling to really engage your back muscles. One more in breath. Step your left foot halfway back. Come into a pyramid pose. Get one of your blocks. Put it right underneath your left shoulder. Drive your right hip back. We're going to use a block as an extension of our arms. So walk your left foot slightly back, your left block or the block slightly back. Drive your right knee into your chest. Let your right foot hover. Kick your right leg back. Supported warrior 3. Now for this one, really flex your right toes. Align your foot with your hip with the crown of your head. Palms to heart center. Baby bend onto your left knee. Find your breath. Great. You'll use a block, so move it off to your left. Step your right foot all the way towards the back of your mat. Walk your hands forward. Kick your left leg up and back. 3-legged. Step your left foot all the way forward. Come into your warrior 1. So heels down, palms straight up. Still building strength and that grounding sensation from your connection to the floor. One more in breath. Bring your hands to the floor. Step back, high plank. Bend the elbows, low plank. Upward facing. Knees can be up or down. Downward facing. Take your hips all the way back. Inhale. Exhale. Again, what happens when you actually slow down and focus on your strength, your needs, your intention? Bend your knees. Go to the top of your mat. Halfway, breathe in. Bow forward. Breathe out. Make sure your blocks are towards the front of your mat. Again, bend the knees. Drive your tailbone back. Bring your hands to the back of your neck. Keep the engagement. So really load your left leg. Kick your right foot slightly back and let it hover. So you're loading your left leg, activating back muscles right here. Load leg so that you can load your left glute. Step your right leg halfway back. Get your block. Put it right underneath the right shoulder. Two hands will rest on block. Pyramid pose. Drive your left hip back. Extension of your spine and back. Take the block slightly back, so closer towards your right foot. Press your hands onto block. Pick up your left foot. Drive your left knee into abdomen. Kick your left leg back. Modify airplane or airplane. So see how you're feeling. Bend the right knee. Bring your hands to prayer. I'm just going to go there. Flex left toes. Drive the crown of your head all the way forward. Baby step back with your left foot. Bring your hands to the floor. Remove the block. Drive your right knee into your chest. Let your left foot, drive your right knee into your chest. Let your right foot hover. Kick your right leg back. Right knee to nose. Step right foot forward into your warrior. Right side. Arms straight up. Press down. Pull into abdomen. Pull into center line to lift up. One more in breath. Bring your hands to floor. High to low plank. Upward facing, breathe in. Downward facing. Empty all the way. Inhale. Empty all the way. Right, slow transition into forearm plank. So release your left elbow, release the right elbow, walk your feet back. Again, knees can be up or down. Find that stability. Break the cord. Press your palms and elbows onto the mat. Forearm, side plank on the left. So your forearm will be parallel to the front edge of your mat. Rotate your heels to your left. Take your right arm straight up. You can stagger your feet or do one foot in front of the other. Really focus on the left side body as well. Glutes, right arm straight up. Push floor away. Really think of lifting up and reaching all the way up. And yeah, start to notice inner dialogue, anticipation, maybe doubt. Empower yourself with every breath, with every pause. Slow transition. Keep the body engaged. Traditional side plank on the right. So press your right foot into the floor, rotate the toes, push floor away. You can use your left hand to find leverage, balance, create your pose, peel your chest open. Big transition right here. We're gonna play with stepping back and forward, but your foot will always be hovering. So left leg slightly up, drive your left knee back, and then into your abdomen. It's like you want to step back or forward a few times, but you're not really stepping, you're just controlling the joint movement. So you go back, squeeze the glutes, and then forward, activate your core. Back, squeeze your glutes. Slowly forward, 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 forward. Warrior 2, take your time. Warrior 2 on the left side. Tee the arms open. Set your eyes. Notice how flexibility created a different response in your body. And you can take that concept of the mat as well. Extended side angle. You can use a block or no block. Right arm straight up. And then all the way forward. Really press your legs onto the floor, your knee onto your tricep onto the knee. Extension, reach forward. We'll take a big transition right here. Take your time. So listen before you get there. Open arm twist and your high crescent lunge. So I'm gonna take my hand, right hand down to the floor for a moment, right heel straight up. Slowly pick your chest all the way up. Extend your arms forward. Drive your left arm all the way back. Open arm twist to your left side. Slow. Really, really, really slow right here. Really let the energy move up to hips, core, shoulders. Okay, here is where the sequence will feel similar because we're going to do something similar. So very slowly, extend your left arm all the way forward. Bring your hands to prayer. Come into that modified chair pose that we took earlier. So bring your weight all the way forward. Let your right foot hover. Same intention right here. Bend the left knee. Kick your right leg back. Maybe you go higher up. So it's more of a crouching warrior right here. Press your left foot down. Align foot with hip, with crown of your head. All right, step your right leg halfway back. Come into your pyramid. Get a block, place it under the right shoulder. Drive your left hip back. Extension in your left hamstring. All right, walk the block slightly back. Bring your weight into your right foot, bend the right knee, drive your left knee into your abdomen. Extend the left leg back, hands to prayer, or palms by your hips, or arms all the way forward, warrior 3. Lower the right leg. Drive your right knee slightly forward. One more inhale. Step your left leg all the way back, hands to forward. Drive your right knee into your chest, push floor away. Extend the right leg back. Step your right foot forward. High crescent lunge, arms all the way up. Can you bring more weight into your right foot? Can you peel the front of your left hip open just a teeny bit more? Okay, from here, slowly Skandasana, back of your mat. Extend the right leg, bend the left knee. I'm not gonna go all the way in because I wanna keep it active, but you can go deeper if you want to. Think of driving your knee slightly out. Press the outer edge of your left foot onto the floor to really engage your glutes right here. I'm rotating my chest slightly back. And then from here, walk your hands forward. Slowly step back into your plank pose. One more in breath. Take your chaturanga. Upward facing, in breath. Downward facing, out breath. Inhale. Exhale. Honoring your rhythm, which is easier said than done, but sometimes we're just comparing ourselves or trying to adapt to the needs of other people in the world. And you know, it's good, that's also important, but let's just start with our needs and pauses and foundation right here. Until we can put down some of the walls pretty much, and then, you know, we start to reopen. But right now, focus on that connection to your foundation. Was going back to that unconscious part of you to really see what you're missing, what you want to work on, to find something again. All right, forearm plank. Release your elbows, walk your feet back. Create it slowly and intentionally. Honoring your pauses, your steps, your choices with gratitude, with compassion, and with trust. And that takes a lot of courage because we need to let go of comparison. Forearm side plank on the right. Let your forearm be parallel to the front edge of your mat. Take your left arm straight up. Drive your right oblique up to ceiling. So I'm really engaging. It's like kind of like putting their hand underneath my side body so that I can really lift up. Put your left hand down. Traditional side plank on the left side, right arm straight up. Again, we're going to do that step back and forward drill, but not quite. So right foot slightly up, bend the knee, take your foot back, squeeze your glute, Take your knee forward. Squeeze your hip flexor and the cord. 2 more times. Go back. And then forward. 1 more time. Back, slow. And then even more slowly all the way forward into your warrior 2. Set it up. Give yourself time. Extended side angle. Get a block or no block. Peel the front of your left hip open. Peel your adductor open. So there's a lot of space coming from the hips into chest. Remember that slow, steady transition into that open arm, high crescent lunge twist. Take your time to get there. Think of each one of your actions and don't let my words rush you. So really take your time. Let your left hand hover right above the floor. Turn your left heel up to ceiling. Press your left toes down into floor. Pick up your chest. Extend your arms all the way forward. Take your right arm all the way back. Open arm twist facing the right side of your mat. Feel all the good tension in your body and how all of your muscles are connected. And when we create a strong foundation, we can take that into core, into heart, into shoulder, into head space, which is pretty much the principle of yoga. We take the physicality into our hearts, into our minds, and then from there we start, hopefully, to better our relationship with ourselves and to create space for possibility and maybe more easeful way of living. Okay, slowly reach your right arm all the way forward. This is going to take some effort. Step all the way forward. Take your time into that one-legged chair pose. Let your foot hover, hands behind your neck. Kick your left leg back. Crouching warrior. Really load your right leg, bend the right knee. Step your left leg halfway back. Find the block. Pyramid pose. Align block with shoulder. Drive tailbone and right hip bone back. Walk your block slightly back to find some leverage. Bend the left knee. Drive your right knee into abdomen. So compression right there. Warrior 3. Palms in front of heart by your hip or all the way forward. Step the right leg back. Bring your hands to floor. Drive your left knee to chest. Extend your left leg up and back. Knee into chest. Big step forward. High crescent lunge. You take your arms all the way up. Maybe up and back. I can, and I will. Skandasana, back of your mat. Take your time, bend the right knee, press outer edge of your right foot onto mat, rotate thigh bone slightly out and back. Slight turn of the chest towards the back edge of your mat. Okay, walk hands all the way forward. Step back into your plank. Chaturanga. Bend the elbows. Upward facing. Breathe in, breathe in, breathe in. Downward facing. Take it back. Inhale. Exhale. Let something go. You're doing chest all the way towards the knees, and that feels very lovely. Not that that's bad, but think of driving the shoulders towards the front of your mat to really load the shoulders, engage the shoulders, and leverage some of your weight forward into palms, knuckles, fingertips to engage upper body. Push floor away. All right, we're gonna do the same thing one more time, and we'll add some poses. Forearm plank, whenever you're ready. Elbows down, feet back. Maybe you feel more balanced now that you've done the sequence on the right and the left side, so trust that strength and that steady flow of chi and energy. Forearm side plank on your left side, palm on the floor, heels to your left, right arm up. Take your right hand to the floor, traditional side plank on the right side, push floor away, left arm straight up, stack shoulders over wrist. 3 times. You go back into that kind of like pretend that you're gonna step back. Hug the hip flexor and your core, knee in. 2 more times. Don't forget about the right glute to keep the engagement. Back and then forward. 1 more time. Back and then slowly step all the way forward. Take your time. Warrior 2. Feel the total engagement of the right side of your body. Take your arms open. Unsupported extended side angle. Let your elbow hover. Think of your left palm as a trade to really engage the palm. Imagine that you're pushing something up to ceiling. Extend your right arm all the way forward. There is extension of the side body and flexion in your left knee. Also driving the force of the hamstring towards the back heel. High crescent lunge twist to your left side. Take your time to build it. Extend your right arm all the way forward. Spin your right heel up. Bring your hands to prayer and twist to your left side. Leverage forward. Hinge the hips back. Find that steady flow of energy. Okay, crouching warrior. Take your time. Let your chest face the floor. Bend the right knee, extend the left. Baby hop forward. Find your crouching, hands to the back of your neck. Extend the right leg back. Really create extension onto the neck as well. Drive your arm bones up to ceiling. Step the right leg halfway back. Find your pyramid. This time, flex your left foot. Drive your toes back. So I'm using 2 blocks this time to really create space in my hamstring and create a rebound right here. Okay, put your foot on the floor. Walk the block that is right under the right shoulder. Walk it slightly back. Bend the right knee. Drive your left knee into chest. Find your warrior 3. Maybe arms all the way forward for this one. We're gonna go bigger here. Figure 4. Take your time. Left foot over the right thigh bone. Bend the right knee. Let me stay here for a few moments. See if you can look straight forward and set your eyes. Option to stay or option to twist. So you can either keep your hands in prayer, elbow to foot, or you can grab the outer edge of your foot. I'm just gonna go there and create your dancing Shiva. Or stay right in your figure 4, in your balancing shape. Well, either way, you're practicing your balance right here. Steady. Reverse your actions. Go back to your figure 4. And then here, step your left leg all the way back. Bend the right knee, bring your hands to forward. Kick your right leg straight back. Give it a break. Step your right foot all the way forward. High crescent lunge, arms all the way up. Skandasana, back of your mat. Add that gentle twist. You can take your left into your lower back, extend your right arm all the way back. And then this is all about flexibility. You can watch first and then try to create. Bring your hands down. Think of pivoting your feet all the way to the opposite side of your mat. So see how I'm bending my knees? I'm doing toes to the opposite side of my mat, and then bending the knees. So bend the knees so that you can find your range of motion. This is flexibility, not perfection. And then rebound. Come back to your Skandasana. Face the front of your mat. Forward fold. Gorilla. Palms under the toes. Drop head. Release the tension. Release your upper body. We'll take crow. Put your palms on the mat. Push floor away. Bend the elbows. Come into your arm balance. Steady here. Steady in your mind, your eyes. Okay, Jump back, chaturanga. Upward facing in breath. Downward facing out breath. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. And breathe out. 2 more in. And out. Last time. Empty all the way. All right, walk your hands back. Interlace your fingers and roll your wrist to right down. We're going to do the same thing on the other side last time. And then we'll do some cord and back bends. Okay, all the way forward, forearm plank. Put your elbows down, palms down, push floor away. Forearm side plank on the right side. Forearm parallel to front edge of your mat, heels to the right. Really feel that lift from side body and obliques. Okay, traditional side plank on the left side. Press your left hand down. Peel the chest open. Do those steps back and then forward. Activating glute and hip flexors 3 times. So you go back, then forward. That's 1. Don't forget about your left glute. So if you need to bend your left knee to have more engagement and stability on the left side of your body, you do that. 1 more time. Back slowly. And then all the way into abdomen and forward. Warrior 2. Feel engagement into the left side of body here. Unsupported extended side angle. Let the elbow hovered. Think of forearm and palm as a thing that is holding something. So you're lifting up. Extend your left arm all the way forward. Okay, revolving crescent lunge facing your right side. Spin your left heel up. Bring your hands to prayer. Take it to a twist. Then come into your crouching, bend the back knee, extend the front knee. Slow transition, less of a hop and more of a tension and strength movement. Crouching warrior, palms to the back of your neck, left leg up. All right, step your left foot halfway back. Get your 2 blocks. Flex right toes onto your hip bone. Drive your tailbone towards the wall that is behind you. Or yeah, just think of elongation and strong foundation. Really breathe into your right hamstring. Okay, release your foot. Walk your left, the block that is towards the left side, halfway back. Bend the left knee. Drive your right knee into your chest. Warrior 3. Maybe arms all the way forward for this one. Okay, knee into your chest. Find your figure forward. Cross right leg over the left leg. Flex your right toes. Bend the left knee. Bring your hands to prayer. Feel the rebound. Let your eyes. You can stay here. You can come into the arm balance. I didn't give you that option on the other side. You can twist right elbow to your foot, or you can come into dancing Chia. I'm gonna go there. Left hand to outer edge of right foot. Extend right leg forward. Take right hand to your lower back. Drive your left shoulder and your right shoulder behind you. And create your twist. Right, reverse your actions. Bend knee, put ankle onto leg. Back to your figure forward. And then unravel the right leg. Take that baby step back. So step your right foot back. Walk hands forward. Drive your left knee into your chest. Pick up your foot. Kick your left leg back. Give it a break. Step your left foot all the way forward. High crescent lunge. Arms up. Right, Skandasana, back of your mat. Bend right knee. Slight rotation of your chest. Extension of your left arm all the way back. You can do right hand to your lower back. Walk your hands towards the outside of the foot. Pivot your toes, pivot the heels. Bend the knees. So you can really create a nice stretch on the IT band. Reverse your actions. Skandasana, all the way forward. Forward full front of your mat. Palms under your toes. Gorilla. Drop head. And we're going to come all the way down into some core work. But first, actually come into your happy baby. So come to your back. Grab the back of your knees or outer edges of your feet. I really like this variation. This one, it's just like, it feels good in my body. Just go to, again, the range of motion that works for you. If you want movement, if you want to feel steady and just ground down and breathe, please do that. A few more breaths right here. Keep the activation though, so find a way to feel the pose in your hip flexors. Send breath to low back, shoulders as well. So elongation in in every portion of your spine. All right, tabletop on your back. Arms straight up, flex the toes. We're gonna do right foot forward, tap your heel, left arm back, and then back to center. Right arm back, left heel forward, and you tap. And keep switching. Opposite hand to opposite foot, and you tap the heel. And you keep switching. Press your lower back onto the floor at all times. Find your rhythm, and you find that resistance, good tension, and engagement of core. Not only the lower part of the core, but total integration of the core, hopefully. The next time you're all the way back to center, put your palms by your hip bones, pick up your head, flex your toes. Your two heels are gonna tap the floor at the same time, and then you go back up. Keep doing that. So heels will tap the floor at the same time, pick your feet up. If this is a lot on your neck, lower your head, totally fine. Okay, drive your knees in. Find your Navasana. We'll take hollow body hold. Extend the legs all the way forward. Bring your arms behind you. The higher legs, the easier it is, quote unquote. I don't think it's easier, but we're here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Bring your knees into your chest. Just as we started, rock your knees to your left side, rebound, and then knees to the right side to rebound. We'll take one back bend. You can come into bridge, you can come into camel. I'm gonna go for wheel. But think of steady. And if you need to modify, get your props, please do that, okay? I'm gonna do palms by my shoulders. Fingertips will point towards the heels. Press out, lift up. Wheel pose if you're with me. Trust the pose and trust this part of your practice. Trust the strength that you're hopefully feeling in your body. Trust the space that you've created. Trust your journey. Trust your people. Trust your choices. Three more breaths in, out. Two more in, out. Last one, in breath. Slowly come all the way down to the floor. Bring your knees to touch. Open the feet up. Constructive rest. One hand to heart, other hand to belly. Feeling the shift of energy. Noticing completion, resilience, strength. Okay, we'll come into our frog pose. So bring your knees into your chest. I'm going to be using my 2 blocks. You can always fold your mat to create a better support for your knees. You can take this pose on your wall. I love that variation. So yeah, we'll take frog forward about 2 minutes. I like to one block under the chest, other one for the forehead. It's to remind myself of that powerful Chinese acupressure point, traditional Chinese medicine acupressure point. It's called Yin Tan, and it's right in front of your forehead, right between your eyebrows. So that's a very calming point. And for that point, I like to use the mantra I know, and that doesn't really come from reading books or like going to an expensive university, or just like doing, like, all those things are pretty good. I'm such a nerd myself, but it comes from reflecting and pausing and cultivating stillness, and actually turning the journey to more of a meaningful journey that explores your inner space, that unconscious part of us that sometimes, we're like, oh, this is here, or I react this way to this situation. And when we explore that part, and it's sometimes not easy to explore it because there's trauma and pain, and just like things are buried right there, like our minds, they kind of, like, out of protection, create safety mechanisms to put all of that information underneath. But with all of these practices, we get to explore those parts of us that are always going to be there, and they're a part of us. So it's not that we're trying to change those parts. We're trying to create some compassion and healing right there, so that we can move with more freedom and space, and just have a better relationship with ourselves. So reflect on your inner dialogue right here. Reflect on your fears. Reflect on what's stopping you, or allow your ears to just, like, listen to your intuition, and devote all of your cells to the pause right here in this moment. Start pressing your hands down. Slowly come out of the pose, and then make your way to your back. Bring your knees to chest, drop them to right side, your arms open, supine twist. rotate to the other side. And then all the way back to center. And let's just make our way into our final Shavasana. Maybe a long exhale. Maybe you go to your happy, safe space in your mind. But really focus on softening, melting, resting, and really try not to skip this part of the practice, because it's just so important. Receive this part of your practice, Shavasana. If you have more time, please stay here for 3-5 more minutes. This was a full practice, so it really needs a good Shavasana. So please, if you have more time, stay here. Honor this time and give yourself more time to reflect, to pause, to receive your practice. If you have to finish with me, bring movement into your fingertips and toes. Make your way into your fetal position to your left side. And then slowly you come all the way up. Bring your hands to prayer. Final moment to seal the effort, not only the physical effort, but the mental effort and all the energy that you brought to your mat today. Honoring, receiving, acknowledging. Bring your thumb to your third eye center. And I thank you all so very much for taking this 75-minute slow, steady, powered vinyasa class with me. I hope to see you back on your mat very, very, very soon. Namaste.